All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So this is the Umidigi Bison Pro. Now I've had this for almost 2 months, and I wanted to do a little different this time. I wanted to actually check it out, use it, and give you some real world information on it. So first, let's just marvel at the hardware on this thing. I mean, if phones today would come like this, and we can get like a really high res, just picture your same device that you have now with this rugged, because everybody puts a case on their device. Just picture that same device with some type of rugged design like this, an industrial design. I think this is beautiful. Some people might not like this. I think this is just fantastic because most people put a case on their device. And most of the time, if you're going for drop protection, you're putting a pretty hefty case on there. So this device here is offering a whole bunch when it comes to hardware. I mean, it is offering a lot. And we're just looking at the outside for now. I'll talk about the internal specs and everything. But again, after having this for almost 2 months, it's holding up better than most phones on the market. But unfortunately, this isn't a device that you can get on carriers. It's not a device that you can get in the US. It's just a device that you'll have to purchase, but you won't spend a lot of money on this. And that's the crazy part. So, this has a fingerprint reader, a headphone jack, Type-C, extremely loud speaker on here when you're doing gaming or just listening to music. It's got an SD card slot, 2 smart keys. It's really nice. A 48 megapixel camera. Camera is, we'll show you that. I'll let you judge for yourself on the camera. But, ultimately, you're getting everything you need right here. So as far as internals go, you can get this phone with up to 8 gigs of storage, but this is the 4 gig version. So here's what this phone is offering right here. This is the Helio G80, which is, man, folks, listen, this is a good freaking processor. It really is. No stutters, slowdowns, hiccups, nothing. It is fantastic. And obviously you got the triple camera setup on the back and you got the 24 megapixel camera on the front. And they emphasize Sony sensors because, Sony does a lot, for all of the devices out there. So you've got the IP68 and IP69K. It is a rugged drop protection king, man. This thing can take a beating. And you also have an infrared thermometer. Now I'm gonna show you that too, because I was taking my temperature and stuff like that. So here's the breakdown all in one though. 6.3-inch Full HD Plus display, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 18-watt fast charger in the box, the Helio G80. Obviously you got the touchscreen and everything. That thermometer is pretty crazy, man. It's accurate too. Android 11, NFC. You just got everything that you could possibly want in here. And you wonder, again, I bring these phones in just to, keep you on your toes. That's it. Now, again, you can get up to 8 gigs. There's an 8 gig version, but this is the 4 gig version. And it's DDR4X. And it's got 128 gigs of storage on board. This is a great, great purchase, folks. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. There's just, and I'll show you, I've been playing Asphalt for a little while now, because that's a game that it does pull a lot, but some people don't seem to think so, but that game pulls a lot. So here's a breakdown of the cameras here, which is the dual LED flash, obviously, 16 megapixel ultra wide, and then it's got like a second zoom lens, a macro shot, which is that 5 megapixel camera. Then you got that thermometer sensor right there, which is crazy, man. It's just weird. It's pretty accurate too, so it's super cool. Now, obviously, they take these photos and they're in a controlled setting and everything like that, but it's pretty nice. So ultimately, and obviously, the price. Let me go here. Let me show you. See if it'll come up on Amazon USA here. I'll have a link down below. So there you go, right there. This is a great, and you can save $30 right now too with the recording of this video. So I have a link down below, and this is for the 8 gig version. So. And remember, I have the 4 gig version, but the 8 gig version is $299. And before you shake a leg at that and say, oh, you start naming other phones and stuff like that, because I know how it goes down, you really got to consider what you're getting here off contract. So again, I've been playing Asphalt, so I'll do a little bit of gaming here while I'm shooting this. It performs very well, man. I've had no problems with the games. It's just been good. I installed Hawk right before this video because Hawk is one of my favorite games. But this is a fantastic phone for gaming, man. It's just no slouch. It performs like any other Android phone or any other phone that's performing at this level. So the G80 is a processor, and it's considered along the lines of a gaming processor. But you determine what you think a gaming processor is, because most phones today can actually game, even if they're not listed as a gaming phone. And this isn't listed as a gaming phone, but this is listed as a device that can actually perform very well, and it's a rugged device. And that's what kind of sets this one apart from most phones today. Having a rugged device that can perform well is to your benefit. It's to your benefit. And I think that most people today I think you'd be able to live with this. Smashed all those fools. I think you'd be able to live with this if you needed to. You shouldn't have a problem with this phone right here if you needed to live with it. I think you'd be totally happy with it, man. Watch this jump right here. Check this out. Spin it. Now go get him. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, they messed me up, man. They messed me up on there. Come on, man, with the tutorials. Oh my gosh. Should have beat this fool. But look at how it's performing. Check that out. Yeah, man. This is a good performer. So I don't think you would, have a problem with this device right here when it comes to performance and gaming and things like that. Obviously, social media will be fine, but there's not much bloatware on here. This Zello I think it's an app for overseas or something like that, because it appears on a lot of devices. But it's up to you to determine whether or not you want to use it or not. I don't think you can even use it over here. But this is pretty much what came on the device. I kept it very basic too, because I knew when I reviewed this is how I was gonna review it. So let me install speed test real quick, because this is actually I'm running it on AT&T right now. And I wanted to show you roughly, some speeds that you could possibly get if you decide you wanted to get, because you will get 4G LTE and you get voice over LTE as well. So it's pretty good. So we're going to go into the settings here. We're going to go into the settings, and you do have the option to use this Google style. This is the default launcher. It comes with like this stock Android look like this, but you can switch to the kind where it's got, no app drawer, which I think is pretty horrible. But now, so you have NFC, obviously you have Bluetooth, you got everything on here. You got your gestures, obviously it's running Android 11. You've got the smart key. This is what I want to show you. So it has an underwater camera button as well. So you can do a single press and it unlocks. This is the underwater camera right here. So this gives you an opportunity to use the device underwater. So just bear that in mind. If you decide you wanted to, get this phone, you can use it that way. Now the smart key there's two of them. Remember these orange keys right here? There's two of them. They can be programmed to whatever you want them. It can open applications. It could do whatever. So I have it to open the thermometer on this one for the long press, and then a single press for this side for the thermometer. And I'll get into that in just a second. Double press for the. Let me change some of this for you. Let me see here. I go into this because look, you can do all this right here. You can do screenshot. You can open any application that you have on the device. It's up to you. And then you can do, I'll change it. I chose screenshot. Let's do start recording or something like that. No, let's go to application. Let's get application going. YouTube. This is something, you can program it however you want. Long press for the SOS on that side. But I'll open the thermometer. I'm just gonna go ahead and open the thermometer right now. The thermometer is extremely accurate. So there's a spot right here, that little spot right there, that's the infrared for the thermometer. So I did some shots earlier, but it does people and objects. So you need to choose what you're doing it of. So you do people or you do objects. So I'm gonna go off camera and take my temperature real quick. All right. There you go. So I held it to my head. It took my temperature. You can also do it like on your hand or something. You can hold it right here to take your temperature. You see? It's pretty cool, man. So a good way, if you don't have a reader of your own, you can use this. And I think that's really cool, man. So I wanted to show that to you. But, you know, again, the smart key is pretty dope. You can program that to what you want. Battery life on this thing has been great, man. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and it doesn't have a real power hungry processor. It's got 4 gigs of RAM with that. It's flowing right along, man. It's doing good. So take a look here at some of the wallpapers that come on here. Vibrant. You are a star. These look like some OnePlus wallpapers. Some of them just, it's beautiful, man. It's kind of OnePlus-ish. It gives you some sense of how beautiful the screen is, because the screen is good. Ooh, that's crazy right there. Boom, that's crazy. So yeah, it's pretty good. The battery is good. Everything about this device has been fairly decent, man. It's not on the latest security patch, if that's important to you. You know what I mean? If that's important to you, yeah, it's not on the latest security patch. Fingerprint reader works pretty good. It's actually over here on the side right here. So you just hold your finger over it right there, and the power button is actually right here. So let's take a look. Let me show you that speed test real quick over AT&T. See if we can get this thing fired up. AT&T Bison Pro. So reading it right there. Let's see what AT&T does on here. I tested it on T-Mobile, and T-Mobile was really fast. But AT&T, not so much. And this is a GSM phone, but I didn't test it on my Verizon SIM, I'll be honest. But I don't think it's going to work on the Verizon SIM. Most of these phones are GSM based, and that's just what it is. So, you know, this is pretty good. This is like cricket level speeds. Even though this is an AT&T SIM card, this is like cricket level speeds I'm getting at this very moment. But, you know, it's up to you to determine if you think this is good enough for you. But outside, obviously, you'll get way better speeds because you'll be out in the elements. You'll be closer to towers and stuff like that. So I'll close out with a quick look at the pictures, man. But hope you enjoyed this quick look, man. This is like, I think almost 2 months later. It's a fantastic device, man. It feels really good. It's just a good phone, man. There's so many good phones out there that, you know, sometimes it's hard to choose, and for the pricing is getting stiff, you know what I'm saying? So, but this phone has a few features that the regular phones just don't have. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed the Bison Pro. What do you think? Think it's a winner? I think it's doing all right. I think it's a winner. I think it's a go. Links down below, folks.